So, today we are going to be playing some more Sea Power. In case you haven't noticed, any of you that watch my videos, in the last video my microphone was very quiet compared to the game audio. That has been fixed. I had to reduce the actual game's audio in my recording software by like half. So hopefully my voice is going to come through a little bit clearer. Um, Now I'm not going to read the entire tactical situation here. Summary is we are in command of a U.S. convoy, and we have to escort some tankers through the Strait of Hormuz near Iran, who is more than likely going to try to attack us. If you'd like to, you can pause the video and go ahead and read all that. That's a lot of reading that I don't really want to do, so I'm not going to. Like I said, feel free to pause the video if you want to read it, but we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So, we need to escort the tankers through the Strait of Hormuz. Intelligence has discovered that the enemy has ground-based anti-ship missile batteries in the area and likely will use them to attack and sink your tankers. Do not let this happen. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. We've got Belknap class. Not bad, not bad. First thing I'm going to go ahead and do is launch us one of our helicopters here. That way we can get some recon up here. Over here is where we're going to face our ambush, from what I saw. The very rear of the fleet, we have oil tanker, oil tanker. We've got what looks like a Perry class frigate. Got our missile launcher at the front there. Phalanx close-in weapon system at the back, and by the hangars, I would assume 2 helicopters. We also have a Kid class destroyer, which is hopefully going to be more than enough to deal with what we are going to face. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and launch a second helicopter there. That way we can have plenty of recon forward. Now I'm going to go formation orders. First thing I'm going to do is set our air defense weapons to free. That way they will engage any incoming targets the second they detect them. I'm going to turn our air search radar and our surface search radar on. That way we can see any incoming missiles. Alright, there we go. Our helicopter is now off of our deck.
Surface search on.
Going to activate our surface search. Go ahead and bring him up to 6,000 feet. Then I'm going to have him head out ahead of our convoy here. That way he can start collecting us some intel.
Roger, go to altitude 6000.
Alright, here's our second helicopter. I want him to move out to the right, because it did say we could face some anti-ship missile batteries on land here.
Surface search on. Radar eye. Roger, go to altitude 6000.
Now I'm going to do a little bit of cheating here. Well, not exactly cheating. I'm just going to accelerate time, because I don't really want to sit here for
Vampire. Bearing multiple.
hours.
Contact faded. Track. Vampire.
So these are definitely anti-ship missiles coming in at us. What I'm going to do is go ahead and edit our formation here. Going to bring the kid up here. And then both of our tankers closer as well. So the kid is going to bring himself up a little bit closer.
Multiple hostile air contacts detected. Birds away, track 700.
Alright, so our destroyers are going to start engaging these anti-ship missiles that are on their way.
Birds away, track 7007. Contact faded. Track. Vampire. Bearing. Track 7006. Air. Contact detected. Contact faded. Track. Birds away.
Yeah, we only got 2 more missiles left to take down in this volley.
708. Multiple hostile air contacts detected. Multiple hostile vampire. Bearing.
Alright, we're good on this volley.
Contact faded. Track. Contact faded. Track. Contact faded. Vampire.
Now we've got the rest of our ships moving up. We do have an air contact. That's pretty far out, so we're not going to worry about that this second. Especially because we don't have any aircraft or anything we can move to intercept them with.
Multiple hostile air contacts detected. Birds away. Track 7015.
Alright, our ships are beginning to engage with their missiles.
Birds away. Track 7016.
So we've got 34,
Air contact detected. Weapon it. Birds away. Track
34
701.
SM2s left on this one. Luckily, they're not firing their missiles in any huge quantities or anything like that.
Vampire. Bearing.
Because if they were firing them much faster,
Track 701.
we would be pretty cooked. Because I'm not going to count on our phalanx to take out these missiles. Or our 5-inch guns, for that matter. First one missed, second one missed.
Birds away. Track 70.
2 more missiles inbound. Target is 8 nautical miles out.
Roger. Turn 318.
And we have downed the missile. Now, like I said, we do have some planes coming in. We've got 3 radar contacts here. Now, because that's where our anti-ship missiles are coming from, I'm going to take a wild guess and assume that that is probably the 3 Iranian ships waiting to ambush us. So what I'm going to do is fire 2
Engaging track 7021. Salvo fire.
2 of our harpoons
7019. Salvo fire.
per ship.
Bulldog away. Track
Now,
Bulldog away. Track.
this one loads it up here into its launcher there. The Parry does. I forgot that it does that.
Bulldog away. Track 7021.
Let's hope they don't have much in the way of anti-ship missile defenses. Let's see. Destroyer and our frigate are catching up a bit there.
Roger. Turn.
They'd be shooting at my helicopter with flak currently. No matter. We have spotted them, and the anti-ship missiles are on their way, so we don't particularly have to worry about that. Now, how are we doing? We've got 31 SM-2s left on this ship, 36 there, and 32 there, as well as plenty of anti-ship missiles left on each ship. We have 6 left on all 3 of them. That is plenty enough to take out any more ships, or if all of these missiles do not hit, then we have another opportunity to fire at those 3 ships. However, I would hope 2 each should be enough. They are still trying to pelt my helicopter with flak here. Luckily, it's pretty inaccurate.
101.
Let's see, our anti-ship missiles are about 3 miles out.
Air. Contact detected.
That would be a lot of air contact.
Air. Contact detected.
I'm going to have this helicopter turn back there. That way he doesn't get shot down. Looks like this harpoon's going to hit. Granted, we technically don't know on what. I'm going to take a wild guess and assume that it's an Iranian.
Oh my god, I was so
I would say we got that ship. Now let's take a look at the last ship over here. First missile in. Direct hit.
Turn 295.
Now let's go ahead and take a look here again with my helicopter.
Roger. Turn 293.
Well, clearly we can see all 3 ships are smoking, so they're not doing very well. We appear to have sank 2 of them.
Air. Contact detected. Contact faded. Track.
That is not good. That is an F5 coming in
Birds away. Track.
very rapidly. More than likely to try to shoot down my helicopter there. Luckily, he just entered our missile range here on one of our destroyers, or sorry, one of our cruisers here. Hopefully, that missile reaches him before he reaches our ship. That would be a missile that he just fired. An AIM-9J. We do not, unfortunately,
Air. Contact detected. Roger. Contact faded. Track. Roger. Turn 0.
best I can do is try to turn us into it and hope that it misses.
Roger. Turn 291. Roger. Turn 075. Roger.
He did indeed miss. Unfortunately, Our SM2 missed as well.
Birds away, track 7.
He is still in range for our second one.
0.
And by that black text there,
Faded.
we know that we have sank all three of our enemy ships here. So we are safe in that aspect.
Roger, turn. Roger, turn 230. Roger, turn 358.
Now I'm going to go ahead and
Roger, RTB.
have both of our helicopters return to base for now. We don't really need for them to be out in danger since, for now, the threat of ships is gone.
Roger, turn.
Or at the very least, we're going to bring him in a lot closer.
Surface contact faded.
Let's go ahead and leave his surface search on, and I can throw him up at about 10,000 feet,
Roger,
hanging out over here in front of our ships.
2.
But we don't need to have this guy hanging out over here.
Contact faded. Track. Contact faded. Track.
Our ships have almost all gotten into position. We're forming a bit of a triangle here, protecting our two oil tankers that are sitting back here in the back.
Birds away, track 7010.
It would appear that we are going to attempt to shoot down this F5.
Contact faded.
It's about 50 miles away. Still very much in range of our SM2s. And I'm going to go ahead and use our Perry class to
On station.
engage with our
Contact faded. Track.
SM2s.
Engaging track 7020.
Right here we have an SM... sorry. We only carry SM1s on the Perry.
Ceasefire, track. Air. Contact detected.
Over here we have our SM2. And I'm going to go ahead and use
Contact faded. Track.
a single SM2
Engaging track 7020.
to go ahead and engage with that plane there. Because while, no, I do not know that it is hostile, I think we all know that it's actually a hostile plane.
Contact faded. Track.
Now, for my sake, let's go ahead and hope that it is a hostile plane.
VID track 7020.
Because technically we don't know yet. Let's take a look at what we got here. Do we get him?
Faded. Track.
At last, no we did not. Our helicopter is returning to our Kid-class destroyer here. There he is, coming in for a landing. Now, that aircraft, I believe, is in range of our SM-1s now.
Engage track 70.
So I'm going to go ahead and have our SM-1 launcher engage. That way we're not wasting all of our SM-2s, which are much longer range.
Contact faded. Track.
There's our helicopter landed back on our Kid-class destroyer. Do we have our surface search on? Good.
Contact faded. Track air. Contact detected. Contact faded. Track air. Contact detected. Contact birds away. Track 7-0. Contact faded. Track ceasefire. Track.
Evidently, we were able to classify it and engage before our Perry class did here
Contact faded. Track
with our cruiser.
air. Contact detected.
So we are now engaging that helicopter with our SM-2.
Contact faded. Track 7.
And we got him.
Contact faded. Track air.
That is excellent. I'm going to go ahead and have our helicopter move forward.
Track. Contact faded. Track.
And I'm going to go ahead and accelerate time quite a bit here.
Contact faded. Contact faded. Contact faded. Track. Multiple contact faded. Track. Contact faded. Track.
We do have multiple targets coming in very rapidly. Over 500 knots. They are dropping altitude. I'm going to go ahead and break what we call rules of engagement and go ahead and fire on that target before I actually know what it is. Now, in real life, this is how a lot of people get killed. And this is how we create national incidents, or international incidents, when we shoot at aircraft who are not identified. But, luckily for me, this is a game, and I'm not going to be prosecuted for that.
Roger, go to altitude. Miles away. Track 7-0.
And there we go, there's our SM-2 moving to engage. Like I said, our SM-2 missiles have a much longer reach than our SM-1s. About 40 or 50 miles more. So even though this target is 30 miles away, I can still engage it perfectly effectively with an SM-2, provided we're able to get a radar lock on it.
Engaging track 7-0.
While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and engage some of these other targets over here on our right. Unfortunately, our missile
Contact detected.
was not successful in taking down that enemy plane. Now what I want to know is, are we in range with our SM-1s?
Engaging
We
track
are.
7-0-5-6.
We are loading an SM-1 missile now. Missile's loaded. Target is locked. Firing.
Track 7-0-5-6.
Now, I much prefer to engage our targets when they are farther out here. That way we don't have to deal with them firing any missiles back at us.
Weapon error. No track assigned.
It does decrease the effectiveness of said weapon system. Gives us a lot more chance to miss.
Engage track 705.
However, I would
Splash
still
track
rather us have it at a
70.
distance.
Birds away, track 7056. Engage track 1001. Air. Contact detected.
We have 2 radar targets there. Neither one of them looking to do any good.
Engaging track 70.
We are going to go ahead and load another missile and fire it at that second target coming in.
Birds away, track
First one was a hostile F4 Phantom.
062. Multiple air. Contacts detected.
There are many targets coming in now. So what we are going to do is
Multiple air. Contacts detected. Multiple air. Birds away, track 7064.
we are firing all missiles currently in an attempt to bring down these planes that are rapidly approaching our position.
Splash track 7063. Multiple air. Contacts detected.
SM-1 launcher is reloading.
Birds away, track bandits.
SM-2s are inbound.
Track 706. Track 7. Birds away, track 7065. Track 7073 is toast. Splash track 706. Birds away, track 7064. Track 7067 is toast.
Ooh. That was incredibly loud. And unfortunately, it would appear that we may have just lost the effectiveness of our cruiser here. Let's take a look at our damage control here. Our hull damage is heavy and we are flooding. Now, that is very, very unfortunate. What I'm going to do is have that ship go ahead and leave our formation.
Turn to course. 337. Hell my.
And our fleet is going to go ahead and continue on. That does unfortunately mean that we have now lost our SM-2s. All we are left is our shorter range SM-1s. I'm going to go ahead and bring our ships in closer here.
Turn to course. 300. Hell my.
I am also going to begin to engage these targets
Engaging track 7.
much sooner than we were prior.
Flooding beyond control. Abandoning ship. Birds away. Track 70.
And unfortunately, there you go. Our cruiser is now sinking, fortunately.
Engaging track 70. Birds away. Track 7060.
I do want to ensure that we are bringing down these targets now. After everybody just saw what just happened with our cruiser back there. It was a very unfortunate thing. And it was very important to us to actually have that cruiser, being as it is our only ship that has access to SM-2s. Our first missile missed on that unidentified target, mainly from him flying at low altitude. But we do have a second missile coming in.
Track 7061 is to engaging track 70. Birds away. Track 7-0. Engage track 7-0-6-0.
He might actually be going after our helicopter here.
Roger. Turn 0-0.
I'm gonna have our helicopter turn into him, so hopefully.
Roger. Turn 291.
Yes, indeed. There goes the fighter.
Track 7-0-6. Roger. 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 Turn 272.
We have 22 SM-1s left there and 22 left on the ship here.
Track 7-0-6-0.
And we were able to take them down this time. Now, obviously, as you can see, we were not able to successfully take them down last time.
Contact faded. Track. Turn to course. Turn to course. 3-1-5. Hell my. Air. Contact detected.
Now, we have many, many more air contacts coming in. I'm going to begin firing salvos of 2.
088. Salvo fire.
Our front battery is going to be one to engage here.
088.
Going to go ahead and have our Perry
7-0. Engaging track 7089. Salvo fire. Contact faded. Track. Birds away. Track. Track 7089. Splash track 7088.
Alright, we took one out. They appear to be targeting our helicopter once again. Hopefully, this missile will succeed.
Engaging track 7089. Roger. Turn 038. Engaging track 7089.
Our missile is ready to engage, we are just not facing the correct way. Unfortunately, we have also now lost one of our helicopters.
Birds away. Track. Track 7089. Cease fire. Track. Engage track 7090. Salvo fire.
Fortunately, that target is not going to be able to be detected by our fire control there. What about you?
Engaging track 7090. Salvo fire.
Yes, it would appear that our front SM-1 launcher is fresh out of missiles here, so we're going to have to rely on our rear launcher. I went ahead and did a salvo of 2 missiles, just to make sure we get this one. So our ship is going to bank around until our missile has targeting arcs, and then launch that.
Roger, roger. Turn 297. Surface search on. Radar eye. Roger, go to altitude 1000. Ground contact detected.
That would be a lot of units coming towards us.
Track 7090 is classified. Hostile helo. Weapon engage track 7090. Ceasefire track.
I'm going to attempt to save our dual launcher missiles and engage with our SM-1s.
Contact faded. Track. Birds away. Track 7090. Birds away. Track 7090. Track 7090 is history. Air contact detected.
Now, up here, we seem to have quite a lot of radar emissions. I would assume they have an airbase up there. However, there's not really any way that we're going to find out without sending a helicopter up there, which is not something that I am going to do for
Contact faded.
fairly obvious reasons.
Track 70 on station. Bulldog away. Track 709. Roger. Turn 2.
We have found some patrol boats from the Iranian Navy, and we will dispatch those incredibly quickly here.
Air contact detected. Bulldog away. Track 70.
2 harpoons are on the way. Now, these obviously do not have any sort of anti-missile defense systems here. They're small little, what look like speedboats. And we have a harpoon anti-ship missile moving towards them.
Track 7097 is classified. Hostile
Found a third one,
ship.
and a third harpoon is about to be fired. This is another reason I wanted to make sure we saved some of those harpoon missiles for later, because I had a feeling
Track
those would not be the only 3 ships that we would be encountering during this mission. So all 3 of our harpoon missiles are inbound. Just going to accelerate time a little bit here. I will go ahead and give you guys a view from the patrol boat.
Track 7093.
Well, I would say we definitely got that one. Here's the next one that has a missile coming in towards it. I am going to zoom out because these explosions seem like they get rather loud. Let's take a look.
On station. Track 7094.
Down boat 2. And let's take a look at boat 3 here. And down boat 3.
Track 7098. Bulldog away. Track 7098.
Our helicopter just managed to find another one.
24.
Obviously, we will be sending another anti-ship missile.
Track 709.
And our fourth anti-ship missile
Air contact detected.
has been taken down. Sorry. The fourth hostile contact has been taken down by one of our anti-ship missiles. We have 6 and 2, so we have 8 anti-ship missiles left. We do have a plane moving in here. 140 knots, that might be a fast helicopter. I'm assuming we are not going to be in range. No, not quite yet.
Track assigned.
So let's go ahead and accelerate some time here while we wait.
On station.
24.7 nautical miles is our range with that. Now, being at under 1,000 feet could make things difficult for us. But let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and...
Engage track 7099. Salvo fire.
Now, unfortunately, we are not able to detect him with our fire control radar. However, this guy,
Engage track
with how high he is flying,
7096. Salvo fire.
he should be able to be detected by our fire control. Or not, I suppose. Or not.
Ceasefire track.
Go ahead and go to our Kid class destroyer here.
Engaging track 7096. Salvo fire.
There we go. Our anti-ship missile, or anti-air missiles, sorry, surface-to-air missiles are prepped. And we will go ahead and engage with a single shot
Engage
to
track
this one as well.
7099. Birds away track.
And our salvo 2 going to this one here, which I would assume is probably another F5.
Birds away track. Track 7099.
Hopefully our missiles are able to reach him before he takes down our helicopter here. It'd be a shame to lose. That was a lot louder than I thought it would get. It'd be a shame to lose more of our pilots here. So let's see, surface-to-air missile.
Track 7096 is history. Multiple ground contacts detected.
Oh, we took down that target.
Track
Let's take a look at this one here.
7101 is classified. Hostile SAM site.
We took down that one. Now, the only issue is that there is still another one coming towards us.
Engage track 7099.
Engage that with an SM-1.
Track 709.
We have 16 left on our frigate and 15 left on the destroyer. I certainly hope there are not too many more. Unfortunately, our surface-to-air missile has missed our target here, so we're going to go ahead and engage once again, because I do not want him getting much closer than that. And I also am noticing that he is only moving in at 144 knots. And as we saw, another helicopter perfectly downed by our SM-1. I say perfectly as we already missed once, but
Engage track 710.
fire salvo 2.
Salvo fire.
Actually, ceasefire. I want you to fire a salvo of 2.
Engaging track 710.
As he has a forward SM-1 launcher.
Salvo fire. Birds away, track
There's one.
100.
And reloading. Right there in the front. Another missile, and away.
Track 7100. Roger, turn 137.
Now if that would be an AIM-9J.
Roger, turn 349. Incon, secure all emitters. Radar, roger, turn 0. Roger, turn 286. Roger, turn 308.
Now unfortunately he has his afterburners, which means that our missiles, as they were already on the edge of our range here, are not going to be able to catch up to him. We now have 15 and 13 left.
Contact faded. Track. Contact faded. Track. Turn to course. 3. On station. Contact faded. Track. Contact faded. Track. Engaging track 7105.
Now, like I said, it is quite unfortunate that all we have left is our rear SAM launcher.
Track
on our Kid class destroyer. It is a blessing that we have 2 of them, but it does unfortunately mean that we have to swing our ship to the side if we want to shoot. Now it would appear that we have another helicopter coming in, so I'm going to just go ahead and take that out with our SM-1s.
Roger. Turn 003. Multiple ground contacts detected. Track 7108 is classified. Hostile SAM site. Engage track 7105.
Alright, our missiles prepared. I prefer to use the missiles from Perry right now just because it has a longer reload time on a per missile basis. Because each time this one's ready to reload, it gives us 2 missiles, but the other one only gives us 1. So it effectively takes twice as long for us to reload our SM-1 launcher on our Perry than it does on our Kid class destroyer here.
Roger that. Track 7105. Ceasefire track. Roger, roger. Turn 021. Contact faded. Track. Roger. Turn 259. Vampire. Bearing. Multiple. Hostile. Air. Contacts detected.
Now, we have hostile anti-ship missiles coming in. Now, unfortunately for us, like I said, we lost our cruiser. So we only have our SM-1s left, which means we can't engage until much later. I'm going to go ahead and do weapons free on all of these guys here. Just start engaging.
Birds away. Track 7111. Birds away. Track 7110.
Now, I'm not liking how many missiles we have left. We only have 10 on our Kid class destroyer. We did take down at least that first missile in that small volley here, but alright, so we did take down both of those missiles in that volley. But as I said, I'm really not liking our odds here with how many missiles we're getting down to.
Roger. Turn 0. Surface search on. Radar eye.
Kid class. Engage.
Birds away, track 7107.
Perry class is beginning to engage. Which even the Perry only has a few missiles left here.
Birds away, track 7114.
First missile taken down. Second missile taken down.
Turn to course 256. Hell my. Multiple ground contacts detected. Track 7116 is classified. Hostile SAM site. Surface search on. Radar birds away, track. Roger, go to altitude 1000. Contact faded. Track. On station. Engaging track. Birds away, track 7.
That's just another helicopter there, so I'm just gonna...
Vampire. Bearing. Multiple.
That, however, is not helicopters.
Track 7.
And we are down to 4 SM2 or SM1s left on our destroyer.
Birds away, track 7119.
We are down to 2 SM1s on our destroyer. All of them have been taken out.
Track 7112 is classified. Birds away, track 7112.
Alright, our Perry class is going to go ahead and engage that helicopter.
Contact faded.
Our Perry class has 8 missiles. Our Kid class has 2. Things are not looking good for our fleet here.
Birds away, track 7112. Birds away, track 7112. Birds away, track 7112. Birds away, track 7112. Engaging track 711. Birds away, track 7112. Roger. Turn 297. Kill track 7112.
Alright, we finally killed that helicopter. That wasted way too many of our missiles there.
Turn to course 243. Hell my. Ahead flank. Maneuvering eye. Engage track 7121.
That was our last missile from our Kid class destroyer. Now we have to wait until the fire control radar on this Perry detects that incoming anti-ship missile. It is already in the range of our 5-inch guns.
Engaging track 7121.
Our air search is on.
Birds away, track 7121.
You're within 8 miles in it just now.
Track 7117 is classified. Hostile radar. Roger, turn 206.
Now we just have to attempt to get out of here before they fire more surface-to-air missiles at us.
On station. Contact faded. Track. Air. Contact detected. Air. Contact detected. Contact faded. Contact faded. Track. Roger. Roger. Turn 027. Ahead flank. Maneuvering eye. Roger. Go to altitude 20000. Roger. Turn 221. Turn to course. Turn to course. Turn to course. 237. Hell my. Returning to formation. Returning to station. Multiple air. Bandits. Bandits.
Now, looking at these F5s, they're not going to be a threat to us.
Turn 1.
However,
Roger.
what they will be a threat to
0.
is me going deaf, but is our helicopters.
Roger. Go to altitude.
So, hit the deck,
20.
secure your radar.
Radar eye. Roger. Turn 186. Birds away. Track.
There's our last missile going in.
Faded. Track. Multiple ground contacts detected. Track. Contact faded. Bandits. Air. Contact detected.
Secure the radar. Drop your speed.
Contact faded. Track. Roger. Turn 083. Track 7132 is classified. Hostile airfield.
And mission complete. We only lost one cruiser, which, albeit, is pretty rough. Losing even one cruiser is a bad day if you're the United States Navy. However, we have won the mission. We lost our cruiser, the Fox, and we lost one of our helicopters. So thank you guys for watching. We play Sea Power here. Hopefully the audio is a bit better for you guys. Hopefully you can hear me a bit better. And thank you again for watching.